Yellow jasper eases tension and stress in the abdomen, especially that caused by environmental effects. Improves the digestion and lifts emotional anxiety. Oh, I need that. Do we have that in here? We have that in store? We do. I'm gonna need some of that. Oh, you're back. How are you? Good. I'm good. Let me just put this away. So, what brings you in today? Alright, so you're finally setting up the altar. Love it. Well, I've got plenty of stuff here for you. I do have a checklist of items that most people tend to go for. Most would consider, essential for your altar. It's like the basics. You can have as many things or as little things on your altar as you'd like. It's up to your preference. So, I've got a bunch of stuff to get you started if that's what you're looking for. All right. Well, let's take a look at my checklist here. Right. So, do you know the general layout? Okay, so I'll go over that with you. So we have, we've got the God candle in one corner. On the opposite corner, we have the Goddess candle. These can be a black and a white candle, or it can be, like a red or brown candle, and then a white candle. Totally up to your preference. We then need a chalice. And in the heart of your altar, you need something with a pentacle, like either a pentacle etched into, a piece of wood or something, or like a mat, an altar cloth with a pentacle in the middle. Like I said, whatever it is, just as long as you have that pentacle in the middle, because it is up to your preference, but you need that there for protection when you're doing spell work. So your chalice next to that, that's for not water, that's for wine, or like when you're doing other spells as well. You need some sort of a sage, or like some sort of a smudge stick, whatever type of cleansing you use, and also incense. Incense can also double as a cleansing device too, so you don't necessarily need sage. So whatever it is you're looking for. You also do have your Book of Shadows yet? Okay, so I don't sell Book of Shadows yet, but where I got mine from was literally like a hole-in-the-wall bookshop right down the road. It's like mine was a vegan leather bound, just like blank journal, not lined or anything, so you can you don't have any lines to write on or anything. You can write in it however you like. And your Book of Shadows is it's not only like spell work, that's more like a grimoire. Your Book of Shadows is basically any spells that you come across that you'd like to use, but it's also everything that you've learned about your faith. Have you decided which path you're gonna go down? Very nice. Okay, awesome. So anything that you've learned at all about your path, about your faith, anything like that. So I would recommend getting a Book of Shadows that has a pentacle on the front. And generally, I think you know this, but generally we don't typically share our Book of Shadows with anybody else. It's very personal. So I would recommend, keeping it in a safe spot. I always keep mine at the head of my altar, where nobody else is gonna, grab it and look at it or anything. Okay, let's see. Also, just like a regular candle, you can have as many or as little candles as you want, as long as you have that god and goddess candle, you're good to go. You can also have a statue to represent each of your deities, so whatever floats your boat. I personally prefer candles, but whatever you like. And I have a lot of candles just because I feel like it really brightens my my altar up. You also need an athame and bowling. I don't sell those here yet, but you're welcome to get them online, like off of Etsy or something. I would recommend doing that. You also are going to want to have a wand on your altar. So if you have a wand already, you don't? Okay. So I have some crystals to put at the head of your wand. You don't need them, but a lot of people do like it. But generally we tend to kind of make our wands ourselves just because it's something so special and we do use it in spell work. So but I do have a bunch of crystals if you'd like, and I have one in mind for you, so I'll show you in a bit. But and then lastly, you're gonna want, well, somewhat lastly, you're gonna want a cauldron for your spell work, for your herbs, or any types of like potions you make. Usually it's a small cauldron, but if you're making like a big like potion, you're probably gonna want to do that on the stove. Okay. And then lastly, just like a spot for offerings for your deities. Offerings will usually be put out like around each of the Sabbats, or like a full moon, anything like that. So, alright, okay, so got all of that. Let's just go down the list and I'm going to check off everything that you already have. Okay, so do you have your god and goddess candle? Remember, it's like a black, red, or a brown candle and then a white candle. Okay, you do. Excellent. Offerings. Oh, I forgot to mention, offerings can be fruits, flowers, anything that like you find in your garden. So I will usually just go out back and pick from my garden and some nice fresh flowers. You can put them in a vase. You can put them right on your altar. I tend to put mine in a vase, but however it fits. People have different size altars. Mine is pretty good size. I have a nice little vase and I put my flowers or fruit right there in the vase. So offerings you can get yourself, and it tends to like mean more when it's picked from your garden. A chalice. Do you have a chalice? No. Okay, so you're gonna need a chalice. And do you have a pentacle? No. Okay. I have something else in mind for you. Also, a bowl for salt and a bowl for moon water or regular water. These represent all the elements. So like the candle represents fire, the bowl of salt represents earth, and the bowl of water represents water. So, and then your incense can represent air or whatever. So these don't have to be any fancy bowls. These can literally be bowls from your kitchen, little bowls that you find in the store anywhere. You've got some bowls. Okay, so just don't forget your bowl of salt and your bowl of water, because those are pretty important. I would also, if you happen to have a window near your altar, I would let your water become moon water by putting it out in under the full moon. You can put it outside, or you can put it on the windowsill. So I have this little, here, I'll show you. I have this. I do have a bowl of water too, but I always keep this on my altar, and I will use it to water my plants. That, nice charged up moon water. So, but totally up to you. So an Athame and a bowling, like I said, I would look online for those, because you're gonna get a wider selection. Okay, all right. You have candles? You do? Okay. I do have another one just in case you're interested. Do you have a cauldron? No? Okay. Do you have a wand? Okay. So like I said, you're gonna want to craft that yourself. You can find like a pretty like hefty stick. You can also get like a small stick from your birth tree. Everyone has one. You just need to figure out what it is. And then I have some crystals here if you'd like to, like, wind them up with the wand. You have incense? You do? Okay. You don't have a book of shadows. Like I said, you can find that anywhere. Do you have some sort of like a smudge stick, or are you gonna stick with incense? Okay, perfect. So, and then lastly, I have like a few optional items that I actually have in stock right now. We have tarot cards. A lot of people, if they use tarot as a form of divination, will keep their tarot cards by their altar. I always keep mine by my altar. And yeah, so the tarot cards and the pendulum. Pendulum is also a form of divination. And I also have something that will double as a pentacle for you. So, are you interested at all? Yes, okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the chalice. Okay, so I have something here. Now, this is rather large. You don't need it this big, but it is really pretty. So, like I said, you'll put wine, never water, or a potion that you make in here. You don't necessarily have to drink from it, or you can if you want to. Okay. What do you think? Okay, perfect. So, I'll set that aside for you. You got a chalice. Now, for the pentacle, I have an idea for you. Something that will double as a pentacle and a pendulum mat. Well, this is a pendulum mat. You can put this in the middle of your altar, like as an altar cloth, or you can get another altar cloth and just put this on top of it right in the middle of your altar. This is a pendulum mat, which is, like I said, a form of divination. So there's that. And then I also have this really nice pendulum here. Do you know how to use pendulums? Okay, so basically you have it over your pendulum mat, and you just hold it as still as possible, and you just hold it there, and you can calibrate it by asking questions you already know the answers to. So, like, is my name blank? Am I X years old? and you'll kind of see how it forms to you and the questions that you want to ask it. And try to stick to yes or no questions, and basically it will move in the direction of whatever answer it has for you. Okay, so are you interested? I can fold this up for you and put it in a bag. So this cute little bag. We can put the pendulum in here. It's nice and safe. Put this in the bag. With your pendulum mat. Okay. So you've got your pentacle. You've got your pendulum. Right. You need more candles? We have I've got this one right here. It smells really nice. It's here, smell. It's white pumpkin. But it's like really, really nice, like kind of a fall scent to it. And you know, here it's always spooky season, so I personally really love the smell of this one. And you can never have too many candles at your altar. Just be careful of how close together you place them. So, what do you think? Okay. Alright. So, I also have, let me check that off the list. I also have a cauldron for you. Now this is, I would say about the size you need. So this is pretty good size. It's about the size you would need. Most, I would say, people that come in opt for this size. So this is where you'll do your spell work that's smaller. Like I said, if you're doing small potions, you can do it in here. Mostly it's going to be for spell work, and you could also use a few of these herbs here. So, I also do have this bag of lavender. It's still very fresh, and can use this for, well, anything really, anything that you would want to use lavender for. So, and then if you're doing potions, I would most likely do them on the stove if I were you. So, and it does have the nice triple moon sign on it. Very cute. I love it. What do you think? Perfect. Okay. So we've got your cauldron. Oh yes, as for your wand, let's see. I do have this really nice, and you just put it right at the tip of your wand. Got this really nice amethyst crystal. You just kind of wrap it around the crystal in the stick. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then you're good to go. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I'd love to see your wand when you're done with it. Alright, so we've got that. We've got some tarot cards here. This deck is really nice. It's called The Wild Unknown. It's by Kim Kranz. And here, I'll open it up and show you. It's absolutely beautiful artwork, absolutely beautiful. And it opens up like this. And then on the inside, it has a nice guidebook for you if you've never worked with tarot cards. It's extremely helpful. So we got this for you. And then we also have the actual tarot cards. and like I said, people use this as a form of divination. You can use different tarot spreads, which the guidebook gives you a few tarot spreads to use. You can use this for other people. You can pull a card every day and just kind of see what's out there for you. So really pretty artwork. I highly suggest getting a deck, if not this one, one of her artwork, or just one in general. And this will tell you all about the cards that you pull, if you're going to be practicing on other people, which I would highly suggest too if you are really serious about tarot reading. So there's that. What do you say? Alright, we're going all out today. I love it. Okay. Alright. So, I do have a few books here that may help you. Now, I have a Sabbath's Almanac. This is really nice because it will tell you all about the Sabbats. There are 8 of them, if you're not familiar. And it will tell you, like I said, all about the specific Sabbats individually. And then it's also going to tell you about, I just saw a page there that's portable magic. It's also going to give you different recipes to cook during each of the Sabbats, which is really, really nice. So yeah, this is let's see, so we just passed Astera, so Beltane is the next one, and you've got a little bit of time before it too, so I'll tell you all about that. Yes. Alright, I love this one. Perfect. This one is Moon Power. It says how to harness the magic of the moon to improve your life. This one is all about the phases of the moon, how you can relate it to your own life, how you can use it when it's in its different phases and when it's in its different houses, like when it's in Scorpio, or whenever. It has an index here too, that's pretty helpful. But yeah, this is just really nice. Choosing the right sign or moon phase. So this is super helpful if you're into moon magic, which you most likely are. You want to use this one too? Alright, perfect. So this one is for green Wiccans. This is a magical spell book, which will not necessarily give you all the answers on spell work, but it's a really good guide to helping you understand spell work and how to use it properly and using it for good and not evil. So because we're not evil here. It also gives you, this is so nice, different paths. I love this book, so this is a really good starter book if you'd like to get into this. Yeah, okay. So all right, I've got a nice hefty purchase here. I love this. Okay, so everything is here, and let me just give you, this is a little diagram of what your altar not should look like, but it's like a nice guide of what you can do with it. So I'm gonna put this in your bag, okay? Okay. So, oh boy. Alright, so we've got everything here. I'm gonna just put it on the counter next to you. And, yeah, there you go. And, do you have any other questions for me today? Alright, perfect. So, if you do have any questions, I'm right here always. Yeah. Happy spell work and spell casting and all that. And happy Friday the 13th. I hope it's good to you. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.